Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory going to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Akim, that's out there pushing this truth with all honesty and sincerity by way of the highways and byways, going on the streets teaching and preaching, and also by way of the internet. This is your brother Nayab, and I'm back with another news update. My bad, I ain't put one out yesterday, so this is kind of like a combination of like a little bit of maybe like a little bit of Saturday evening going into like Sunday evening. So yeah, and I'll be making another news update soon as well. So this is like one of the first news updates since I ain't post, and I'll be coming out with another news update right after this. So without further ado, I'm gonna get into it. But this is for fair use, and for educational purposes only. I do not make no money off these videos and do not intend on.
The average Gen Zer says they'll need more than $500,000 a year to feel successful.
I don't think our generation can budget their way out of this.
With young adults hitting major life milestones like marriage and financial independence later in life, there's anxiety over whether the American dream is achievable for them.
Do you feel like hard work pays off now? It's like really hard to say. Our generation is starting behind, loaded with student loans, higher interest rates, housing costs exploding.
Finding a spot to rent in the city is hard, and with mortgage rates going up again, buying a home seems out of reach. A survey published last year showed nearly a third of Gen Z adults, under 26 at the time, still lived with their parents.
I'll walk past like a real estate place and just see listings, and I'm just like, that's an amount of money that just seems like I can't even imagine. It feels kind of insurmountable.
Car payment I have to pay, and car insurance, and then on top of that phone bill. So it's like so much at once hitting me, and then my credit card that I have to pay off.
I think there's an assumption that Gen Z is full, difficult to work with, expecting things that we don't deserve, and the reality is much of our generation is working really hard.
They still have some hope in the American dream.
I know that this is a country where people can achieve their dreams. It's just getting harder and harder to do that.
The writing is on the wall. If we're not moving containers, there's no work, which means the companies aren't making money. And you have to make money to survive in this environment. It's just the way it is.
It's truly going to be a catastrophic year. More than half of the folks that I know are talking about closing their doors.
The bottom line is, Bill, we get about $400 billion in trade with China imports. Most of it comes here. People here I've spoken to, they want fair trade. The question is, how long is it going to take to get that before you start losing hours or shifts or even layoffs?
All right, so boom, I got an update. It was a fire that started on the wharf, and then the fire spread to a bunch of chemical barrels that were stored improperly outside, and that's what caused the explosion. So, hey, if I ever report something, it's because I don't have all the information, and I like reading it for myself. If you get it quicker than me, good job. But give me a second. I need to read everything from start to finish. I'm a context person. So, there you go. All right, so boom, I got an update.
I don't know what is going on in Texas right now, but we got two breaking stories. Well, one of them is really breaking. An explosion at a house in Austin that is insane, okay? We're talking about an explosion that was heard 30 miles away. They have no idea what caused it. Could have been a bomb. Could have been, I don't know, a missile, okay? Could have been something natural, although I have no idea what could possibly blow up a house like this, given that it's on video, okay? Not only is the aftermath on video, but the actual house exploding is on video. We're going to watch that. When I tell you that it is like, I've never seen anything like this, okay? Like never. It's down to the foundation. Massive house, gone, non-existent, literally shreds the entire house. How anyone survived this explosion, Does not make sense. It doesn't even make sense. Okay, they're investigating what the cause was. It could have been. I mean, I don't know. Could have been every time I think like bomb, I think like biker club war or something. Could have been Banditos, dude. I don't know, but the video is absolutely insane. And then we're going to also we're going to look at the wave of child kidnappings. Okay, like we talked about this in my live stream last night. Saturday night, I had no idea how widespread this was. So we are going to look at a bunch of stories about it, like this escalation in children getting kidnapped in Texas. In my local community, there have been 2 or 3 attempts, like in the last week or something like that. Okay, my local police department, putting out warnings to the community, like, look, dude, do not let your kids run around, because there are vans, there are videos. Check this out, videos of people running up and trying to snatch kids that I'll show you guys in this video. So, and this is coming on the back of the video that I'm not sure if I'll probably drop this one after this. But this, development in the Carmelo Anthony case, which is this kid who stabbed the other kid in Texas. I don't know what is going on. Okay, a lot of stuff happening in Texas. So buckle in. Let's do this. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I appreciate you guys doing that. I want to thank the sponsor of this video, Yo Kratom. If you are a Kratom user and you use every day and you buy in bulk, they sell kilograms for $60. Best price, best product, very, very good. Sponsor, yokratom.com. Check them out. Now, we're going to look at the exploding house right now.
Just to let y'all know, I think that number went up to like 700-800.
From the national headquarters of RT America in our nation's capital. Hello again, everybody. I'm Rick Sanchez. There is a law that you need to know about tonight that seems to go against really just about everything that we believe in as Americans. It is probably as unconstitutional as anything that this news person has heard. I was born in Cuba. My parents brought me and my brothers to this country, to America, because they feared that if we stayed over there, that we would be forced to think only a certain way politically. Now, as I read this new law that I'm about to share with you, this new law that is creeping into America, I have to admit to you that I am stunned. Stunned. Because it's a law that seems to force people to think a certain way politically. Exactly what my mom and dad did not want me to experience, right? This is serious. This law, which has led to the firing of an elementary school speech teacher in Texas and has even kept hurricane survivors from getting prompt government assistance, essentially punishes any American if they dare go against the economic interests of Israel. It's as if they're saying, if you want to live here, you got to be pro-Israel and pro-Israeli policies. Look, I know this sounds crazy. I feel almost crazy just having to report this to you. It's America. Especially considering that there's no such law, nor should there be, by the way, says the U.S. Constitution, that forces us, as Americans, to support even our own country. As much as we love the United States of America, we're allowed to criticize it. We're allowed to boycott it. We're allowed to burn her flag, says the Supreme Court. But a teacher in Texas who's been there 9 years, who's said to be excellent at her job, she can't work anymore for the government of Texas because she's not willing to sign an employee contract
that essentially says that she must not ever boycott Israel or take any action that in any way penalizes Israel economically. Now, I want to go over here because I want to show you something, and because I know what you're thinking. I know what you're probably thinking right now. You're thinking, oh, sure, Rick Sanchez, of course. What you're probably talking about is one of those obscure state laws, like the one they have in Alaska that says if you accidentally kill a moose, you have to eat it. That's actually a law in Alaska, by the way. There's one in Georgia that says it's illegal to sleep on a boat for more than 30 days. True. No, we're not talking about an obscure law. What we're talking about is an Israeli loyalty oath law that is becoming so common in the United States, it's now pervasive. Take a look at the map. You see the red states? See all of those red states? 26 states have enacted this loyalty oath legislation. And let me show you the other one, the navy blue ones, the blue ones you see there. That's where this law is now pending. So 26 acted on, passed, 13 pending, only 11 states, the light blue ones you see there, the baby blue or the light blue, those are the ones where you can boycott Israel and, criticize Israel if you want. Again, look, it bears repeating. There is no such law keeping you from denouncing or boycotting the United States of America, or even advocating causes that harm the U.S. economically. But there are laws from doing that against Israel. Curious, eh? I'm Rick Sanchez. This is RT America, where we do believe in sharing stories like this, where you won't see them in most other places, because it is time to do news again.
You're a black person in a white neighborhood, and you're acting like one.
This is the interaction the Jones family never expected to happen in their quiet Discovery Bay neighborhood.
You guys are acting like black people when you should act like white people.
Caught on surveillance and cell phone video, neighbor Adana Dean.
You're a black person in a white neighborhood, and you're acting like one. Why don't you act like a white person in a white neighborhood?
Who is seen holding her poodle in one hand and a stun gun in the other, upset over the Joneses' 2-year-old pit bull, Dice. Donna then goes on to claim,
I was raised in Oklahoma City, where there were tons of black people.
But we're acting like what?
You're acting like people that aren't normal.
Normal to her is people that will lay down.
No, she said y'all acting like niggers. She said it. She said, y'all acting like niggers. Oh man, they gonna learn.
And submit to, unfortunately, her white privilege.
While uncomfortable, the Joneses are not afraid. They say keeping calm was paramount.
She had a stun gun. I want my son to grow up and be proud of who he is. And I hope that people all over the country learn from this and that they see that, this can't be tolerated.
Zaire and the family also now have a new slogan.
We're going to act black in our white neighborhood.
3 hours earlier, elementary students across 17 U.S. states flooded hospital ERs clutching tainted milk cartons. It began when Trump axed the FDA's $40 billion milk safety program budget, turning supermarket shelves into mystery box roulette where kids gamble on calcium or viruses. A Michigan pediatrician, eyes red-rimmed, said, I've pumped more kids' stomachs this week than in a decade, while the White House tells parents to play virologist with microscopes. The $40 billion ripped from milk safety vanished into Trump's private banquet. He hosted the top 220 cryptocurrency holders at his golf club, tweeting a photo with the caption, Make America Profitable Again. Democratic Senator Chris Murphy blasted it as the most brazen act ever by Trump, while even Republican insiders leaked to media. That dinner's bill could have restarted milk safety labs in 3 states.
Did you guys see this? Did you see this? A school in Georgia had posted signs for colored and for whites in the cafeteria and over water fountains in the so-called effort to reenact a history lesson that was never approved by any higher-ups or the school board. Now, with the current administration's efforts at allowing it, allowing segregation, that is, in federal facilities, I was afraid that this was going to happen. Now, I personally think, and this is just a speculation, I personally think that this was done to be ugly. This is not how you teach a history lesson, and it also was never approved. Be vigilant. Be mindful of your children, especially down here in the South. This is not okay. This is quite literally disturbing. This is disturbing.
See what I'm saying? You see? Y'all see this? Them boys know, hey, look for charges coming for the brother. I promise you. They will be charging the brother right by next week. He'll be getting charges.
Now, imagine you dedicate yourself to a woman, put her in a brand new home, 5-bedroom, just for her to be the reason why you're not here with us anymore. Well, that's what transpired to this man. You see, Stacy caused Mike to meet the Lord and Savior early during a dispute in the home. They were arguing. She went and got a firearm and discharged the firearm at him. Police got word that somebody was banging in the area, so they went to go pull up and figure out what happened. When they got there, they found that she had chased him with a vehicle, and he sadly was pinned between two vehicles and was sent to the Lord early. Witness reports do not claim that he did anything out of the ordinary. He did not lay hands or anything. It was a dispute between the two about their relationship, and then she got so angry, she did what she did. You have some asking, what could he have possibly said to her to make this transpire? I don't think no words warranted what she did. Literally, she posted on social media bragging that he got them a brand new crib, everything. Now he's not here no more because someone isn't emotionally intelligent. Hope she get all the years in the world. What do you guys think about this? He did not deserve this whatsoever. Praying for his family.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh, the driver is gone. The driver is gone. Medicals already arrived. Rescue is already here. About 20.
Whoa, terrifying moments on Lake Havasu today. A speedboat lifting off the water and flipping high into the air. Both racers a little banged up, though, but otherwise doing okay, amazingly. Their 10,000 horsepower speedboat was set up for a record-breaking run when this happened. Amazing and terrifying. We spoke to Speedboat Magazine's Ray Lee this afternoon for his reaction about today's crash.
You hold your breath and you hold it until you see both racers emerge from the cockpit. And once that happens, you can kind of be fairly confident that they're able to emerge on their own power. And that's the first step. And then you get confirmation from the race team that both drivers are, for the most part, uninjured.
Wow, both men are with Freedom One Racing and go by the names John Wayne and Clint Eastwood to hide their real identities. They're from Kansas City, Missouri, and are on a mission to bring back the speed record to the lake, 206 miles an hour. No word yet exactly what caused the boat to lift off the water, but high winds may have been a factor.
How long will it take for you to have your hours cut, or even worse, lose your job?
pain starting to hit the ports. This could be a major indicator, too, so watch this story. Overseas shipments from Asia into the Los Angeles area is taking a plunge, we're told, and signs show that it's only going to get worse. William Lajeunesse is live at the Port of Los Angeles, and what are you seeing there with the sun up there in California? William, hello.
Hey, good morning, Bill. Yeah, the ports are seeing more cancellations every day. That means ships not sailing. But it's all about the ripple effect, right? Product availability, consumer price, but also jobs. And nowhere is that more apparent than here at the port of LA in Long Beach, right? This is kind of the canary in the coal mine that you mentioned in this escalating trade war with China. Cancellations are way up. Ship traffic could fall more than 35% in a single month.
In terms of bookings, as it relates to shippings, that's been substantially reduced, anywhere between 30-35%. In some instances, with some commodities, even up to 50%.
So what does that mean? Well, on average, a container ship carries about 8,000 containers. It takes about 4 days to unload. With traffic down by 3 ships a day, that's 25,000 containers that don't need longshoremen, warehouse workers, or truckers.
The writing is on the wall. If we're not moving containers, there's no work, which means the companies aren't making money. And you have to make money to survive in this environment. It's just the way it is.
So one casualty in this tariff war, Abacus Toys. It designs toys here in LA, but manufactures them in China. But because consumers are not going to pay $50 for a toy that should cost $25, the company is looking for alternatives, but say that could take years.
It's truly going to be a catastrophic year. More than half of the folks that I know are talking about closing their doors.
So the bottom line is, Bill, we get about $400 billion in trade with China imports. Most of it comes here. People here I've spoken to, they want fair trade. The question is, how long is it going to take to get that before you start losing hours or shifts or even layoffs?
Yeah. Back to you. Golden question there. Thank you, William. Nice to see you there on the water there in LA. Thank you.
To be quite honest, ladies and gentlemen, it's already starting to happen. I know a lot of people whose hours have been cut because there's just no work for them because of Donald Trump's tariffs. Who would have thought that doing these tariffs would not only place an additional tax burden on everyday Americans, because we know we are the ones that are paying it, but it also would lead to folks having their hours cut, or even worse, losing their jobs. If this is what you Trump supporters are talking about when you say America first, I want nothing to do with it.
Patrol agents seizing a load of meth in a Mercedes SUV in southern Arizona. Agents say a K-9 detected the drugs on Tuesday night at an immigration checkpoint along I-19. It's about 50 miles south of Tucson. X-ray technology helped them uncover meth hidden inside the SUV. 60 bundles of drugs seized. The man behind the wheel and a woman with him were taken into custody. The DEA is now investigating.
Well, breaking fuck the news, Kash Patel, the FBI director, for whatever the fuck reason, says, I don't want to be that guy to say why, but says that we will continue offering our full support of the Indian government during these hard times. I thought the MAGA government didn't want to be involved in foreign issues. I thought we were walking away from Ukraine. I thought when stuff like this happens, we let them handle it. I thought Donald J. Trump stated Pakistan and India do this all the time. They can figure it out. I don't know why the fuck some random member of our government is involving himself in foreign issues, but hey, I don't fucking know. Well, breaking fuck the news, federal officers have been authorized to round up suspected members of the Tren de Agua gang without warrants. Meaning, if they suspect that you are a part of the gang, they can pull you off the street and arrest you. They don't need a search warrant. They don't need an arrest warrant. They don't need shit. They don't need a judge's authorization. They can just grab you up, arrest you, and most likely send you to SECOT. Dog, they took that North Korea officially announcing they sent troops to Ukraine video down. They took it down, no bullshit, because of the comments. I didn't even know that was a fucking thing, because I had so many people commenting in the post so many times. They said the post was spam. Why ain't this coincidental? Breaking news, fuck it. ICE is reporting that they arrested a second suspect who is also illegal for a string of robberies in DC, and also a suspect that stole Kristi Noem's purse. So you want me... I had to cut that. Bro, I was laughing for like 5 minutes. You want me to believe that an undocumented immigrant decided he was going to go to the Capitol and steal Kristi Noem's purse?
Hey guys, I thought maybe just do a quick update. So this map is
Peep game, y'all, to what he's saying. Like, just peep game. Because these is all containers and like ships and stuff. Just peep what he's saying.
the port of Shanghai, and all the yellow ones are cargo ships. Blue ones are fishing ships, right? When it's moving, it has an arrow, right? It's a triangle. Then those round dots, I think they parked there, right? This is the port of Shanghai. And this is port of Los Angeles. Both port are the biggest port, one in China, one in the United States. Port of Shanghai, some of the boat go to somewhere else, some of the boat probably parked there because of tariff or whatever. Maybe they are waiting for loading, who knows. Port of Los Angeles. Okay, so I do the work so you don't have to, and this is from Vessel Finder. It's a live map, you guys can check it out.